So you've been trying to break into DevOps for months, maybe even years now. Done all the projects, you've watched all the tutorials, you're applying for jobs, but all you hear is radio silence. You're starting to think that DevOps is dead. Maybe you should look to cloud engineering. Maybe you should look to platform engineering. Maybe even site reliability engineering. You're hearing all these buzzwords online, you're thinking you're sold a dream, and you're constantly seeing people with no experience or less experience than you landing these 50,000, 60,000 pound starting salaries. And you're starting to wonder, is it a scam? Does DevOps even work? Gone are the days where you could do your first cloud practitioner certification and land a DevOps job back in 2022. But the market has shifted, and I'm going to be telling you exactly how my students are still able to beat the odds and land jobs paying them 40, 50, 60,000 pound plus. Now, before we get into that, let's actually go into the history and explain what DevOps is for those of you that have no idea. DevOps is essentially the bridge between development and operations. This role originally evolved from what was known as a sysadmin or system administrator. And a lot of people actually transition from that sort of background into DevOps. And a bit of background about me, I'm actually a lead DevOps engineer currently working in Abu Dhabi for one of the top firms. And a lot of people might not know this, but I actually always started off in DevOps. I never came from a support background. I never came from a system administrator background. And to contrary belief, I never did computer science. And I'm from a completely non-technical background. And I'm gonna be breaking down the most common things that you guys are missing from your application process and why you're not getting hired. Number one, you're all applying wrong. Everyone's applying the same way. Clicking easy apply on LinkedIn, thinking why are they not hearing back, submitting their CV and hoping for the best. Not knowing that the market has changed. The supply and demand has shifted, which has caused companies to adopt things that aren't in your favor. And I'm going to explain why, because I'm actually on both sides of the table. I operate as a hiring manager as well as the experience of being a candidate coming from a non-technical background. And let me tell you that pain that you're going to experience. Number one, recruiters are flooded with CVs. As soon as you go on LinkedIn and you see any job post about DevOps, you'll see 100 plus people applied within a few hours or within a day. This can be incredibly disheartening, but what a lot of you guys don't know is majority of these people don't even qualify for the role. They don't qualify from the role from a visa perspective. They're often applicants that are abroad. And all of these sort of issues where companies are getting flooded with applicants that aren't qualified for that position makes it harder for people to filter through. Hence why you automatically experience that rejection email. And what companies are now using is what's known as an ATS. You're getting defeated by AI, not because you're not a good candidate. And what you need to do is ensure your CV is ATS compliant. ATS stands for Application Tracking System. And how you can ensure your CV is ATS compliant is by using online tools like JobScan or many others to rank your CV according to the job description of the job you're trying to apply to. This will give you useful insights on areas of your CV that you should adjust before submitting it for that role. But to be honest, CVs are dead. I landed 4 roles in the Middle East without actually having to submit a CV through the company website or through LinkedIn. And how I managed to do that is by having new approaches that have never been used before and separate me from all other candidates. And I'm going to walk you through these because I don't believe in leaving that job opportunity down to chance by submitting a CV. Number one, you need to outreach. If you're able to effectively outreach to recruiters and separate yourself from others, it will allow you to get an interview. You're probably thinking, well, everyone does that. I'm sure recruiters get loads of messages. And some might do, but a lot will tell you that they don't. I've actually been a hiring manager recruiting for a DevOps role, and I've experienced over 180 applicants within 2 days of a job being posted, and only one person reached out to me on LinkedIn. This says a lot about the actual job market. Yes, there's a lot of people that are unemployed, yet there's a lot of people that have a large level of entitlement, where they want to do the bare minimum and get the maximum out of it. So what you need to do is re-strategize your job searching approach. Think about an effective outreach to recruiters and most importantly, hiring managers. Because recruiters might not know the technical knowledge that you have and you might not be able to showcase the right skills effectively. Whereas a hiring manager would love to look at a project you've done and code that you've written. An effective outreach to your hiring manager will involve maybe a project you have on your GitHub that is relevant to the tech stack that is on the job description. This is an easy way to separate yourself from all other candidates. If you're one of the people that I've mentioned, you are still struggling to find a role, well, you're struggling with your CV and the application process, and you're struggling to get support in the form of mock interviews and getting your LinkedIn revamped and learning the important technical concepts that will get you hired, then the CoderCo community is the perfect place for you. CoderCo is not only a community of like-minded individuals that are trying to elevate in the tech industry. CoderCo is not only a community with like-minded DevOps engineers that are trying to break in and actually elevate within their careers, it's also a place where people get a wide range of support from seniors, principals, and lead engineers that will provide you with industry knowledge that will separate you from all other candidates. So if you do want to join, the link is in the description below, and I'll catch you in the next video.